good with it tonight? You already know what it is. You see the thumbnail right there. Menudo style, direct fashion, bedtime stories. Orale, Gar! We're back. He's all happy. He's all happy because we're back. Now, trip out. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, hey, Gun, when are you going to do the bedtime stories? You stopped, eh? I had to stop because YouTube was applying pressure. You know, I guess some of the thumbnails I were making were a little too revealing. They were showing a little too much. But ¿sabes qué? We're back. By popular demand, man, you already know what it is. It's time for a bedtime story. Is it going to be a little funny? Yes, indeedy. I'm going to write some graffiti. Is it going to be a little ugly? That depends on the tortillana. Is it going to be real, raw, and righteous? Yes, indeed. No added preservatives right here. Everything's true. Now, two sisters. I got to. Oh, the twisted sister, right? We're not going to take it. Oh, yes, we're going to take it, right? But not in that type of take it. Don't get weird, right? Now, trip out. Two sisters. I met one, and I was captivated, eh? You know, I was captivated over the phone. Didn't get to see her yet, but her voice had your boy going. And the minute it's started direct fashion, here's the story. So I'm populating one time with this homegirl, right? And she was like, hey, I got a guy, man. What's the man got to do with me, right? Guard. What's he got to do with me? Ain't got nothing to do with me, but hey, at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, I understand that she had a man. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and let her live her life. But she was like, hey, I got a couple of homegirls, you know, if you want one of their numbers. I was feeling a little maniaco that night. So I said, well, shoot him, right? Indubitably. So she ended up shooting me her homegirl's number, okay? And this girl had the most loveliest voice, the most beautifulest voice I ever heard in my life. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, I got into it. I got really into it, right? So by, I'd say 2, 3 in the morning when we barely hung up, right? I was already in like Flynn. I was already waiting because the next day we had already set it up till she's fed up. Now that's hard. I was gonna go meet up with her. We was gonna smash over to Burger King, get that BK special, right? And then we was gonna slide back to the to her pad, and it was gonna be roach infested or not. I was handling some business, straight up. And a menudo style. I wasn't gonna hesitate because at that time, you know what I mean, times were rough. You know about rough times. Vatos, don't act like, hey, don't sit there and act like you don't know about rough times, eh? You know, we've all been through them, ese. You know, whenever you're in between, you know, the flux and the capacitor, and you're right there in the middle, ese, and you ain't going nowhere. You're stuck in neutral and you're just barely moving. It was one of them times where I had the languera, but the manguera wasn't, you know, there was nothing going on. So anyways, trip out. I get at this chick. She's really feeling me. I'm feeling her. She doesn't live too far away from me, and I'm wondering why we had never met. You know, well, everyone else met her, just not me, right? I didn't know that at the time, but I was wondering why we had never met. And I said, okay, I was incarcerated at a young age, so maybe, you know what I mean, in her heyday, you know, I hadn't passed on by. You know, I just wasn't there at that time to fulfill her fantasies, I said. But at the same time, I am now. So of course, I was about 19 years old. This is right before I met my first baby, or I had met my baby mama, but I ain't gonna lie, we were in between time. So anyways, I'm chilling. She doesn't know that. She knows that now. Spencer, I cheated. Just the way it went. Or did I? I don't know. One never knows, does one. We weren't together. Does that technically count? So that's good. We broke up for 3 days. All right. Anyway, so look, this chick's like, come through tomorrow. We'll go get something to eat. We'll slide back to my pad, and you already know what it is. Well, definitely know what it is. Grown adults know exactly what that means. You want to come in for a little bit of coffee? Absolutely. Scalding hot. Sauce. It's called Peeps. Anyways, we're kicking it. And I go to swoop her up the next day, and I'm not going to lie, gente. She wasn't exactly what I thought she looked like. You know, her voice, because I remember this is way prior to like pictures on the phone and all that. See, we didn't do that back in our days. You know, this is late 96, early 97. There was none of that. Hey, show me a flica. You know what I mean? You could show no pipa flicks or none of that. There was none of that. It was just, hey, if the voice sounded good, you know, I know I can. I think I can. Then it was on and cracking, right? In a menudo style. So when I pulled up, I'm not going to lie, I was deflated. My balloon was popped. You know, it wasn't everything I wanted it to be, but I was going to have to deal with it. When you're on maniaco status, you're not really tripping, then you're quick to slip the clip and get to spitting. And that's exactly what I was about to do. So she was like, hey, where do you want to go out to eat? You want to go to Red Lobster? You want to go? Nah, man, we can go to Sizzler and stuff. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to do too much, but just enough. So we went to Sizzler, had that little buffet, and then, it was done, right? So I'm like, okay, you want me to drop you off at your pad? She goes, well, I thought you were going to come in and kick it. To what degree of kick it are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Because I wasn't really in the mood anymore. After she smashed about 60 shrimp, you know, at the buffet and 3 salads, I just wasn't in the mood no more. I don't know. It's Pensanatina. I guess she was more man than me. You know what I mean? I just couldn't beat it. Anyways, eventually I did go in, and the wind did blow a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was the music she put on, the Rock Me for Old Time's Sake, or I don't know if it was what was on the TV. I don't know to what degree of what happened, but somewhere along the line I got in the mood, or she drugged me, or whatever the case may be, allegedly. I ended up in the room. So anyways, I wake up the next day and she's all lovey-dovey. Hey, you want me to cook you something? Do you want to kick it all day? I have to go pick up my 3 sons from the 3 different baby daddies, and after I'm done, then I'll come back. We can kick it. I got to go over there and meet my ex. You know what I mean? He needs some money. And no. I'm not trying to hear none of that. Trip out. What am I doing here? Who are you, right? I got to get up out of here. You're definitely not the one I was talking to on the phone. You know, Mr. Telephone Man. When you're on the phone, you're Mr. Telephone Man. It's all good. She has that Kama Sutra voice that, come on over. That 50 Shades of Grey, that's it. But when I got over there, it was 50 Shades of, so I just really wasn't into it. Anyways, I did what I does because a man does what he does. And then I got up out of there. And I remember she kept blowing me up, calling me. Finally, she got to the point she was texting me like, hey, if you didn't like me, you could have just told me. And I felt bad. That's all I did. I felt hella bad, right? But not that bad. Not bad enough to be with her, right? So look, this is where the looks can be deceiving part comes in. Hence the thumbnail, right? So a couple days later, she keeps getting at me. Finally, I break it down like, okay, she says, I'm making some ribs and stuff. I'm going to go over there and smack some ribs back. Why not? I mean, it's like, yeah, what man can pass a good plate of ribs? And especially because she was a torta and she was busting down. You knew she knew how to make ribs, right? So I knew that. So guard! I went over there. And of course, I get over there. It smells fantastic, right? It smells better than she looks. You know what I mean? I'll let you picture that picture. I say that 3 times fast. So anyways, I get there, I knock on the doors. She opens it, does the Matrix on me. Oh, you're back. Well, yeah, I was supposed to be back. What's happening, right? I sit down at the edge of the couch because I'm not trying to get any closer than I have to. She's like, come sit by me. Come watch this movie. Trip out. I don't see Casino a gang of time. I'm not worried about this, right? It wasn't even the movie Casino. It was some old movie. But anyway, that just sounded good. Anyway, so I sat down, closer to her. She was like, food's almost done. Hook it up. I was thinking maybe you can kick it. My ex left some sweats over here for you. If you want, hold on now, girl. Your ex left some sweats over here particularly for me? Like, I don't know if they'll fit because I got that. She brought them out. They were all wanga in the middle. Yeah, that might fit. You know what I mean? That might fit. You know what I mean? That's no wonder I fit precisely with you, right? Dang, you've been doing this, right? You're true to this, not new to this. Anyway, so bam. I ended up, I ain't gonna lie, slapped on the sweat, right? And I was kicking back, ate some bomb ribs. One thing I can say about this particular woman is she knew how to make some ribs. So anyways, the next day comes. Yes, I'm there. To the next day. Hey, I'm a soca simping. Talking about, no, I didn't like her. She was ugly. So I was over there with 350 pounds just twirling. I said, the twirlation was real. Yeah, I was getting my twirly whirly on, right? Anyways, wormy dogs. Anyways, the next morning, in a correct fashion, I'll wake up again, like Coyote Ugly. Hey, what am I doing here? Whose house is this? So aren't you with the homeboy behind me? Right? And I'm ready to bounce. And, oh man, the black guys are here, right? But it wasn't. The finest chick I had seen. You see the thumbnail? I said something similar to that. She opened the door and she was like, what's up, girl? And I was like, oh, hell no. I sat down quick. I said, then I seen her walk through. I looked at the little bun like, and then I seen the backsides. I was like, right? The air came out of me. And I was like, hey, introduce me to your homegirl. She was like, this is my sister. I said, to what degree of sister are we talking about here? She said, my sister. I said, like sister, like the same dads, you had different moms? Or no, she goes, no, my sister. Oh, because I was trying to justify how I was going to mac at her in front of her. You know what I mean? Because I'm a cold character like that, or I used to be at least. The wind does blow sometimes. Anyway, so I'm like tripping out. What are they? Another damn thing. I'm starting to think I got lint around here, man. I could have sworn I was an orb. Anyway, trip out. The homies are around me. They got me blessed with the Smith & West. So now I'm chilling and the chick comes in and she's looking me up and down and I'm ready to, I belong. I'm on my roam. You see him in the back, right? Man, every time I see your face, it makes me want to sing, right? I'm ready to sing to her, do whatever I have to do to see what that pan dulce tastes like, right? I'm just trying to get a little lit, you know what I mean? See what it tastes like in the middle. Orale, Tootsie Pop. So I'm chilling, I'm popping at her, and she's actually a good girl. Like, she's cool, she's mellow, she's laid back, more my stilo. The big one's over there. You guys want some Jolly Ranchers? No, and I've been doing this for the last few days with her. Spencer, right? Yeah, I'll take the blue ones, right? They're bomb, right? So I'm popping Jolly Ranchers, but popping at her homegirl. Suddenly, it seems like the sister realizes what's going on there. And she takes one for the team. You know what I mean? Or either that or her baby daddy was hitting her on her pager, right? Because she kind of bounces to the other room. And I'm getting at the girl like, what's up? And she's like, no, you talk to my sister. You're tripping. You know what I mean? I ain't that scandalous. Well, hold on now. Let's decipher this, gente. Let's decipher this together. Guard! Are you ready? She said, I ain't that scandalous. Okay, but to what degree of scandalous are you? Because I'm trying to fit into it, either the capital S or the O-U-S at the end. Can I get in somewhere? Right? That, you know, in scandalous, there's can somewhere in there. That's can I? Right? So that's what I'm trying to get involved in. And she was like, that's my own sister. I thought that's your girl, right? I said, my girl? That's because she looks like a actor. Look at her. Let's get this. She got hair right here. I didn't even notice, but you know what I mean? So I was getting last night. It was different. It grew, right? She wants to shave for the first day. Anyway, so trip out. We get to talking. She slides me her number on the unders here, right? Boom, under a big old teta. You know what I mean? Hey, I gotta go, eh? I can't wait to get home to call her, right? As soon as I get home, I walk in the door, right? My tia, I was living with my tia at the time, just got out, right? I'm living with my tia. She's like, Bingo, I ain't gotta talk right now. I got a bad one. Bad one on the line. Bad one on the line. It's like a big fish on the line, right? So I can't let go. It's gonna break my reel. Boom, shut the door. Old school phone, right? What's happening? Who's this, right? Boom, it's me. What's good with it? In the hood with it. So we start talking, and just like her sister, pobrecita, she was gone out the mix. We talked all into the night, but this time I know what I'm in store for, so I'm like, ooh, my engines are revving. I'm ready to get this thing rolling, right? I'm like, hey, you should let me come kick it with you, right? Of course, I'm poop butt status, you know what I mean, broke dick dog, so I can't call no chick over to my tia's house. You know what I mean? It smells like straight Fabergé and caca in there. So I just can't do that, right? And my tia be like, mijo, you know what I mean? I let you stay here for free. What are you doing bringing hyenas here? Man, this ain't no hotel. Well, it is tonight, right? I tried it. Believe me, it didn't work. So anyways, I'm kicking back, posted up. And this chick, what do you call it? She's like, yeah, come on over, right? Come on over, come kick it. It is what it is. Gives me her little address. I'm like, ooh, and the winner is, I call a couple of my homeboys. Hey, trip out, homie. It's Bedtime la tira. Hey, you ain't even gonna know what's up. So I'm on the phone with the homeboys, right? Hey, trip out, fool. I got me a bad one, I said. The homeboy's like, hey, fool, I got me 3 bad ones. What trip out, Holmes? I just got out. Give me a chance. Let me catch up with the tomato in my back pocket. So, hey, trip out, Holmes. Hey, she's bad, homie. And guess what? Hey, you ready for this one? Here's the kicker. I said, I knocked her sister too. The one before. Her, yeah. Hey, no, one's big, Humpty and Dumpty. Yeah, I'm gonna go, yeah. I already knocked the Humpty. I'm gonna go over there with Dumpty. She got the Dumbarellis, Holmes. You know what I mean? These are the type of conversations I was having. The type of conversation with the homeboy. He was like, yeah, take a picture, I said. You know what I mean? Not on the phone, but like literally with the real camera. So we was gonna make it happen. So anyways, I slide over there. Okay? This is where I say looks can be deceiving. Remember I said, this girl looked, you see the thumbnail, this girl smelled like there is no tomorrow. You know? This girl smelled like, oh, how it hurts. Like you can't even believe. She smelled like a Krispy Kreme factory, right? She was just bomb. The bomb diggity, right? This chick dressed to perfection. Nails done, hair done, smell good, Chanel done. Now again, she was having it her way. She drove a nice little Honda Accord too with a little shellac on it. Cello. The game was golden, right? So I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to beat it up from the feet it up. Man, it's all good in the hood right now. Is that a roach that just went by? Right? I'm noticing that, you know, because I was so transfixed with what she looked like and how good she smelled and how tight it was going to be that I never realized I was in the ghetto, the super projects, the hood of all hoods, right? Yeah, homie, I was in Oakland, right? Didn't really realize it, wasn't really tripping until I started realizing it and then really started tripping, right? A brother was like, hey, she ain't there, homie. Nah, she ain't there, homie. She at DeJounte's house. I'm like, who? Right? He's like, this sucker don't know, eh? Right? I'm like, oh, brother, please. Right? All right? What up? I jump up in the car like, I'm gonna go home. When I see her pull up, she looked like a hoochie mama, a hood rat, hoochie mama, right? And now I'm really seeing her for what she is. Here I thought she was Mrs. Nice Girl, stay on the phone with me all night. You know, she gets out the car. You know, she's putting stuff away. Looks like dollar bills. I don't know to what degree of dancing she was doing or what to what degree of DeJounte she had in her. But anyways, hey, I jump up out the whip like, what's up, girl? And she was like, oh, you. I said, You don't remember my name? She goes, yeah, I know what your name is. Anyways, come to my pad. So we go to her pad, and I'm like, hey, this is your pad, right? She goes, no, I don't live there. I just told you that address because I don't know you, fool, right? Now she's acting real ghetto. She wasn't acting like this. Is this the right chick? To what degree? I'm asking what she's wearing. They said that part of the city, right? So anyways, I mobbed with her to a different pad, smaller, more dirtier. Man, we walked in this pad, hit there. The wind's blowing. I'm going to tell you guys right now. It looked like Planada in the flood. I said there was water, rats, roaches, shiesty, approaches, buenos noches. Right there, I'm out. Right there was so much vermin in this house. There was more maggots than on Johnny's homeboy's leg. It was dusted and disgusted. There was spawn that wanted to get up and just walk away. It was bad. I said, damn. How she smelled and how the apartment smelled. How could she even get to that point of smelling that good without that stench on her? She was like, hey, forgive me, I haven't cleaned. You haven't cleaned ever, esa? I'm going back to the fat girl's house. Orale, your sister is the one. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I got up out of there, never to taste the pan, never to even approach, right? And I smacked back to her sister's house. I get back and her sister, when I knock on the door, her sister's there. She's like laughing. She's like, oh, now you want me. I said, oh yeah, I want you in. So I was like, what was that? So, that's really your sister, eh? That must be on your dad's side. I said, because you know how to cook good, so you must have got that for your mom to what degree. Hey, look. Later on, I did see her sister again. Come to find out, her sister was a dirtbag stripper out there on the man. They set her down on the highway. She gets her paper. Newport smoking. Ugh. Never yoking. 4 doors open, and I ain't joking, right? Sir, too short, coming straight from Oakland, California. Home of the rock with the 8 woofers beating down the block. She was beating down the block, up and down. She's for the streets, by the streets, for the streets. Pura, right? I was gone. Needless to say, I got a little bit of a relationship with her sister. I made her slim up, a little slim, fast. Jenny Craig never hurt nobody. And she got with the program. She shaved off the little thing on the side. And we were good. I remember I used to see her sister, and I used to be like, despicable me. Again, this time it was despicable me because, man, gente, looks can be deceiving. You think you got a bad one, everything. Believe me, it's always too good to be true. There's always something wrong. Oh, man, nah, my old lady's a dime, yeah? So how much did she cost you? I'm telling you, that's just what it is. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I'm not trying to take too much of your guys' night up. You already know what it is. You got to light up. So make sure that you do what you does, cousin. At the end of the day, man, make sure you pay attention to your familia and those around you. And if you got a bad old lady, be happy you do, because I got stuck like Chuck with a 325-pound truck. But it was all good. You know what it is. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. Hit me with that like and subscribe. One time notification bell. Touch it. One time for your boy in a bedtime story. If not, thumbs down. Heaven's going to be the head that wears this crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I honestly and truly believe in. And that's not the bad ones. That's it. Only that day, I almost got the culebra on me. And it was all bad. The gun. Bang, bang. You better know what I'm saying, though.